Welcome to Baz Travels. After driving 14,826 kilometers through 24 states and Washington, D.C., I've seen rocket launches to the Grand Canyon and Hoover Dam. I've explored Route 66, ghost towns, deserts, snow, and beaches on both coasts. From Vegas casinos to Alcatraz, the White House to Hollywood. Join me for a journey of the ordinary and the extraordinary.
Loading destination. Simulation starting in 3, 2, 1. To look around, move your phone or tablet. Click and drag if on a computer or move your head if using a VR headset. Please like and subscribe.
This part of Las Vegas Boulevard sits in the center of the Strip and is surrounded by a mix of long-established properties, small venues and mid-sized attractions that have grown and changed over the years. The area includes resorts that have been part of the Strip for decades, as well as modern additions that reflect how the boulevard continues to evolve. One of the most recognizable landmarks on this stretch is Harrahs, Las Vegas, a resort originally opened in the 1970s under the name Holiday Casino, before being rebranded in the 1990s by Harrahs Entertainment. The property has expanded and renovated multiple times, and today its frontage includes restaurants, bars, and theaters that occupy almost the entire length of this block. Many of the shows advertised along the exterior tie into long-running residencies that have become part of its identity. Further north along the same side of the Strip is the Best Western Plus Casino Royale. Despite its modest size compared to surrounding mega resorts, it has maintained a presence here since the early 1990s. Casino Royale is known for being one of the few smaller independently operated casinos remaining on this part of Las Vegas Boulevard. Its position between much larger neighbors has made it a familiar landmark simply because of the contrast in scale. The storefronts and theater signage in this area reflects how entertainment continues to be a major draw along this block. Venues here frequently host production shows, celebrity acts, and long-running performances that have changed hands over the years as new talent arrives in the Strip. This block consistently advertises multiple shows at once, each promoted with prominent exterior displays. Restaurants and food outlets line the lower levels of the buildings in this section. Many of the establishments have changed tenants over the time as culinary trends shift. Some specialize in fast casual dining, aimed at tourists seeking quick meals between attractions, while others offer longer sit-down options attached to resort dining programs. Their placement right along the sidewalk creates a continuous frontage of eateries and branded spaces. Architecturally, the buildings on this side of the Strip form a dense corridor. Most were constructed or heavily renovated between the 1980s and 2000s, and the result is a combination of older hotel casino structures with updated facades. The layout reflects the evolution of Las Vegas from an era of individually themed resorts to today's more streamlined exteriors focused on signage, restaurants, and entertainment. This part of the boulevard also sits close to several pedestrian crossings and mid-block pathways, designed to control the flow of visitors along the center strip. The buildings rise directly from the sidewalk, with minimal setback, which gives this corridor a more compressed feel compared to the wider entries and plazas further up the boulevard. This segment of the Strip offers a snapshot of the city's layered development: long-standing hotel casinos, mid-sized entertainment properties, small but historic venues, modern restaurant fronts, and the constant presence of show advertising that marks Las Vegas as an ever-changing performance capital. It represents the transition between the large mega resorts to one side and the slightly older mid-strip properties to the other, capturing a blend of eras that continues to define this stretch of Las Vegas Boulevard.
Simulation terminated. Please comment, like and subscribe.